I painted this long necked turtle, my totem, on my Yorta Yorta side. In this painting, I'm the long necked turtle swimming down. I breached my parole and lost my family, but every time I take a step back, I take 2 steps forward, which the dot work and the footprints represent. In the turtle shell is me watching over my son and his mum, while an elder plays the ditch behind me. My name and my artwork is every step back, take 2 steps forward. My mum's Yorta Yorta and Wiradjuri. On my nan's side, Charles's is Yorta Yorta and Wiradjuri. On my pop's side was Atkinson's. My nan and pop are from Camera. I've never been to Camera. Yeah, Bugram and Shep. Been everywhere around there. Been living in Melbourne since I started getting locked up. Spent my whole adult life in prison for nearly 14 years. A little bit of time on the outside. So I've just come back in on a parole breach. I just finished a nice sentence and got out. I lasted 6 months. But when I was out, this time I got to do a lot with Torch. I've been with Torch from the beginning. And every time I've gotten out of prison, I just go back to my old ways, drugs and crime, and never stick to my art. But I promised myself this time when I get out, I'm going to do my art, and I did. And I'm proud of that. Got to go and actually turn up to the confined and see my painting on the wall. And then I got to do live painting with Torch. And, people come into the gallery and I got to take them over to my painting and explain the story. And it was good feeling. But this painting I've done here is pretty much my story of coming back into prison. So I do what I do a lot in my paintings. People might see my paintings and go, they're always the same. It's either a goanna or long neck turtle. That's because that's who my mob is, Yorta Yorta and Wiradjuri. So my Yorta Yorta is long neck turtle. That's my totem for Yorta Yorta, and that's what I paint a lot. And I do a lot of the same things that I do in most of my paintings because that's my signature thing. But this painting means a lot to me because it's the first painting I've done since I come back in. And I was pretty upset about coming back in, the way it all happened and that, but it is what it is. But I've done this painting, so it's a long neck turtle facing down. And that's me before I came back in. I started swimming down, going down. But every step I take down, like the name of the painting, every step back, I take 2 steps forward. So, I might have come back to prison, but I started painting again. That's why I've done the long neck swimming down, and then I've got the pathways, my pathways going up, which means 2 steps forward. In the long neck shell, I've done like a little silhouette. Got me watching over my son. His mum's in the painting as well. And then there's an elder playing the didge. Put a couple emus in there. I've just done a bit of line work in the turtle legs and neck, which I like to do. I used to do, when I first started painting, I didn't know what I could paint and what I couldn't paint. So I used to do like full dot paintings and that, but I've stepped away from that now because I looked into what my mob paint and, what they're allowed to paint. And a lot of people don't realize that you can't just paint anything. A lot of things have certain meanings, and to some people they're very, like special and ceremony and all that. But I know what I paint, I can paint. My mob paint, which is a lot of line work. I don't do many dots. I only do dots when I do like a pathway or something. I'll put little handprints. Most of my paintings have the handprints. I learned that from my brother years ago. To me, it represents the ancestors watching over me. I've got to learn to spend more time on the outside because when I'm locked up, I've got 4 walls around me keeping me in line. When I'm outside, I just run amok and end up locked up. But I'm glad I've had this journey because if I didn't come to jail, I wouldn't have started painting. It's made me who I am, which I'm proud of. But I've got a son now, so I've got to get out and be there for my boy, 2.5 years old. I've never had any faith in myself and always doing the wrong thing, but something good comes from it. Something always good comes from it. And that's like me back in here painting, connecting. Back my culture. Art is one of the only ways I've been able to connect to my culture, and it's something I'm proud of. So I like to do it and take it serious.